Okay, well, bad news. I tried restarting stream and it's done absolutely nothing, which makes me think it's either a Twitch issue or it's a net issue. And not something I can fix, because my net seems to be okay, but I'm dropping all of my frames. Right. Everywhere seems to imply that it's a Virgin Media issue, and not a Twitch issue, which is annoying. So, I'm gonna keep going because we're into it now, and hopefully it resolves further down the line. But let me just update the bug. I've also just realised, because I restarted stream, this VOD is going to be split in two. I might just upload this one and put it on YouTube and say all that happened in the start of this was I broke into the bank, discovered, so like basically summarise the start of this rather than push them into one. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we, as much as we can. I'm sorry that it's so awkwardly quiet without my voice. So, rooftop access is where we were. Conference room. So that's the room we went into. The conference room is probably just over there. Inner atrium is down there. So we get to the basement. That's how you get to sanitation. And that's the main entrance. So we're going to try and break into the conference room now. This looks like... Okay, this is just another way out. Unless we weren't supposed to know about the other way, which is entirely possible. Okay. I'm gonna hide their bodies away in here. Seems the most sensible. Here's the conference room, right? I can't see anyone in there, which of course does not mean that they're not in there. It just means that I can't see them. Place looks very fancy, as I suppose befits a bank, but in attendance, Mora Atwater, Vesper Bristow, Pilar Cepeda, Carly Roberts, Luis Irhareta. Agenda items. 1, legacy accounts. Someone thinks legacy accounts are accruing interest at higher rates than new one. Some say it's not an issue because their accounts are for nobles who receive higher rates to incentivize large deposits. Robert says an equity is never a good thing. Bad for business if word got out. And Bristow says Michaels knows and doesn't care. They decided not to bother about it. Promotions. Atwater says new accounts not achieving quotas. Suggestion for raising numbers. Hater says hold a contest with what prizes. Tivia Spa vacation. Vacation would interest elite nobles. It's not intended for nobles. Agreed. Tickets to a Shan Yun performance. Seconded, we'll gather information. Lewis, please help me defang Bristow at today's meeting. You know how that pomp-sold bloatfish detests every idea I put forth and wants to divert all efforts towards his account holders. All you need to do is suggest a contest when I call for promotion ideas. Perhaps then he won't squelch the idea right off. Okay, so Mora at Orta. Seems to be pretty neat. I wonder if she's one of the people that we pull up on those. Just trying to nick from right. Well, there's nothing in here other than that, I suppose, but there's always something. Okay. What's over this way? Someone's office. Some very dramatic music all of a sudden. Does the Empress have an investment account with us or merely treasury holdings? Could you be persuaded to expand her account activity with us? Come see me. Okay. This is Bristow's office, I guess. I'm surprised we can't steal cigarettes. They always look so fancy. Humor may concern. I fear that I'm in danger. My investigations have earned me many powerful enemies. Last time they sent thugs to break my ribs. Who knows what they'll do next? In the event of my death, please deliver the contents of my lockbox to the Kanaka Gazette at once. Have the staff at Michael's Banks open it with the code 379 and read the contents carefully. Tell them to print. With sincere gratitude, Christopher George. Take that. Maintenance needs 2 keys for the sanitation area right away. Garso went missing with the only key a few days back, and now the city workers can't access trash bins. Filled out requisition form, but it needs your seal. Let's resolve this situation before Dr. Michael sees garbage filing up outside her fancy building. Seems like, whoops, hopefully nobody noticed me accidentally knock that over. Okay, well. Okay. Let's keep creeping around. Okay. Investigated all through here, it seems. I'm not dropping any fewer number of frames. How annoying. Right. Stored some bodies in there. Let's head downstairs some more, shall we? Okay. Office. Anyone in here? Is anyone in here? We shall just be very careful and very quiet. Thought there was something for me there. I was wrong. I understand the Freyport branch has been temporarily closed due to the sudden arrest and subsequent imprisonment of the entire foreign account staff. We at the Calton branch are appalled by the dishonesty of our Freyport colleagues and wish to assure you that we had no part in their scheme. We continue to serve Michael's Bank with respect and discretion, as we always have. Wow. There we go, huh? employee infractions to the management office. Thank you for your recent letter. Kanaka branch has seen similar such and such activities from Prayport. I've informed Dolores Michael and she will investigate the accounts. I guess something's happening at Freyport, which is bad. I really, really hope we get more Dishonored games. I love the world that these games are set in, and I really want to experience, like, more things in them. Right. Leave you here. It's not exactly hidden, but it's more hidden than it was. Right, that's that all searched. I am, of course, going to search every single room because of who I am as a person. I'm sorry to do this to you. But, you know, I just had to do it to him. Just the hand movement. God, that's so... I was about to be like, everything's so loud, and then I realised it's because my, it's loud in my headset, but also... God damn! The sound of the cash register opening is horrendously loud. I wonder what this place is like when, like, people are awake. Okay. I'd really rather not trust Michaels with anything, if I'm honest. Ask Rubia for ledgers. Blue lined, not green. Okay. I really would, yeah, not want to try and do this. While they're awake, right. I've looked in there. Knock on wood. Some of my issues appear to be fading. I say that and then it immediately messes up again. Right. Okay. We've finished replacing the shorted wiring and security doors and relocated the main control switch to the lobby behind the teller counter. Thank you for cooperation. Right. So... what's going on? Is there anybody... okay. I hate that dramatic music. It stresses me out so much. Right. Always important to look around in the bathroom. You never know what's lying around here. Sometimes there's the tiniest bit of money lying in there. Right. So here's the entrance. Anything interesting here? Nothing, right. Can't get in there. behind there. Which of course leads to the question, how? In an atrium, I guess? Oops, no, I want this one. What if I try and get into... was operated elsewhere. Okay. No, right, so this is just security doors for here. Okay. Whoops. No. Feels like that's how I should be able to get in. But it's not, which means I'm gonna give up and bring up the guide. Right. Scroll. Ah, I'm stupid. Cool. Such a weird thingy. Anyway. Worked out how to get to where we need to go. No? Ah. I am stupid, but not as stupid as expected. Right.
I should be able to open some doors from here.
We should be able to. There's nothing in there, so I freaked myself out for no good reason. Right. Okay. We are there. We want to make everything green. That should unlock things. Sam says that he's trying to reason with you, but body's gotta try. It ain't right what you've done. Throwing decent, hard-working folk like us onto the streets. Me and Sammy got 5 hungry mouths to feed and baby sick with creep. It ain't right. Far as I can make out from that fancy lead you said we didn't pay our loan as fast as we could, but that's a lie. Sammy and I put back as much as we could from the market each week, and we never missed that coin drop. I reckon your bank's made a mistake is all. If you check our record, you'll see the truth. We paid what we owed. I hope you can fix things before winter sets in. Air in the sewers is making baby's cough sound worse. This place is garbage. Right. Fuck, we accidentally walked on him, which is not what I wanted to do. Sorry, I'm just gonna sit here like humming to myself for a bit. Right. Who's the other one here? You are. Is there anyone else? I clicked out of the game again, as so often happens. Right. You. I take you out. Things are a little bit quieter here at least. So that's that. Okay. That opens that. Okay. Oh, I see. Right. To Auditor Nguyen, I received your note. I'll come back this afternoon with my department's ledgers. Manager Atwater will join us. I received your note about current discrepancies and discipline to my department. I have reviewed our account records for this month and can personally attest our calculations are accurate. Please contact me immediately should future discrepancies occur. I'm so sorry I'm dropping so many frames. It really does seem a little bit, a lot like shit's kind of fucked here at the moment. Sorry for knocking you out and stealing your stuff. I hope you'll forgive me and understand that it was necessary. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty dogs to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. Okay, I think I've... yeah, we have read this one. I wonder who's... practicing in heresy this bank is. Oh well. We do worse, so why did it swap to my end screen? I must have accidentally clicked end screen by accident. Whoops. Oh well, all that happened is okay. Not much happened. Kanaka reels in shock tonight as evidence emerges that even Jacobi killed Eleuterio Cienfuegos. Jacobi was a rising star in local politics, holding rallies to decry the controversial practice of regraving. In his role as administrator of Bridge Road and Cemetery permits, Jacobi claimed to speak for this island, but behind the scenes Jacobi brutally silenced voices. His dark deeds came to light when an anonymous informant presented Gazette reporters with a vial belonging to Cienfuegos. The blood was discovered in Jacobi's private safe, along with notes describing how the victim was bled to death for an occult ritual. The mysterious death of Cienfuegos, a beloved family pharmacist, had long baffled the Grand Guard. A spokesperson for the Guard declined comment on the ongoing investigation, but said they encouraged citizens to contact them with any information. Spooky. Right. Anything interesting in these lockers? Just a bit of money. I do abide by the Raven Cycle theme of in and out like a motherfucking thief, wherein we go in and fuck about a bit, cause some mischief and then leave everyone baffled.
They scramble to find meaning, while each day conceived their choice. Some want revenge, others just want peace.
That's for me, that's what I want. Anything else? What's happening around here? Anything? Doesn't seem like it. Really does not seem like much is going on. Let's shuffle down here and see. So delightfully creepy. Right. So yeah. Not much happening around here, but that's okay. Let's hop on out of here then. Given that my main goal was basically to investigate. Okay. That. These guys are all knocked out. Which means open all the cash registers now. They are seriously so loud though. I'm pretty certain there is an achievement you can get for what? Hang on, sorry. Pretty certain there's an achievement you can get for doing this without knocking them out, but don't believe in stuff like that. Oh, I see, right. If I push that, does it reset stuff? I guess so. Guess it does. Why are we squeaking so much? Anyway, I want to see what's in here. Just like as a person who's nosy. Okay, no, fine. Maybe it will try sneaking out that way. Okay. Right. That may have woken someone up because it is very loud, but that's okay. Fuck. That was not what I intended to do. Stupid whale oil, it's so... I appreciate the point of it is that it's so, volatile, but... Can I do that? Let's save again in case I can't do that. Right. Clockwork Sentinels are marvels of Crane Josh's ingenuity, but malfunctions may occur. Please read the below carefully. They're protected by armor ceramic plates. If an attacker destroys these, nothing protects the vulnerable mechanisms underneath. Something knocks off Sentinel's head, run away immediately. It will attack anyone it can. It will spare no one, not even you. Sentinels have a small power that allows them to be rewired. It inverts each animal's perception of danger, telling friends to foes that you're in extreme danger should this occur. I like that, basically. Warning, there are now going to be clockwork soldiers around. Right. Not trip over that. Close that. Take that. Still freaking me out. Just like in general. Nothing here, nothing. Right. Let's save. Right. Let's go.
That must be the vault. It's some kind of fancy elevator. A control room can move the vault into 2 places. I need to find a way to move that thing. One way or another.
Now. There is stuff everywhere, basically. I clicked out of the game again, I'm sorry. What I want to do, ideally, is get up. Right, here's the directions of the inner atrium. So this is where we are. Go up, it will bring us to the security office and the vault controls. Another step up will bring us to the direct access to vault access. Floor up will bring us to vault maintenance, and then if you get down, it brings you to the alternate vault access and archives and lockboxes. Right. F9. I understand that I need to get up there, I just can't work out how exactly. I know how. Float up there, place a displacement marker. I always forget that I can do that. Click out of the game once more, like a fool. Right. Here we are. There's a bone charm nearby. Right. Where? There it is. I hate how dramatic the music's gotten suddenly. It really got me freaked out. Right. Let's get to that elsewhere. Which means there must be a reason it sent me up here. If I displace through a wall of light, will I die? I'm pretty certain you die if you blink through walls of light. Better thought. Okay. Okay, I walked straight over him, which is not the thing to do. I forgot they're like semi-knocked out. I'm still getting used to that. I appear possibly to be no longer dropping frames. We'll see. Hi. I don't know if this was the thing to do. I wonder. Nope, I clicked out of the game again. Okay, that doesn't work. It's just very loud. Right. Let's look back at the maps again. Fuck. Oh, this doesn't have the... got me over here. Right. It's a pretty map of Konaka. I'm sure you've noticed a pile of papers from Tivia. Well, we've received an inordinate amount of letters from Dr. Vogani about security and contents of the lockbox. He's only had up 2 months, but his correspondence is endless. I showed him in our last form letter our security is unmatched, but the man won't be swayed. Apparently he's been burgled twice before and can't stand the idea of it happening again. But then he clearly wrote that the combination has been the most important date in his life. Why go around telling people that? Doesn't he know how easy it is to figure out? The man's been robbed over and over again and he still isn't taking it seriously. Anyway, if he writes to us again, just give him the standard form letter. There's nothing you can say that will make him feel at ease. His lockbox is as secure as everything else in this place. So, not at all, basically. Oh. Just say not at all if we have anything to do with it. Right, we're gonna try and... Okay. I'm taking them all out, by the way, because it's safer. An anatomical mind clearly demonstrates the mind itself deteriorates under the outside influence. Conclusion is inescapable when you examine the following behaviour of his followers. Observe the case of a young woman, devoted to the strictures and pure by all accounts, who fell into corruption by mere belief in the outsider. There was no vice she would not stoop to. The slaughter of animals, superstitious rituals, wishing harm to others through heretical spells and curses, desecration of text with profane writing. Her errant mind led to rampant flesh and a lying tongue. Soon she abandoned every guiding principle and ran away in the night. Her abused and gravid body was donated to the Abbey 2 years later. Autopsy revealed deterioration of the connecting global tissue. Her mind was visibly divided, corroded beyond repair, all from belief in the outsider. It seems unlikely to me, but then, like, what do I know, huh? I'm delighted we could all get together and determine the source of the discrepancies. I've dismissed the clerk responsible for the errors in our raster accounts and replaced him with Luca Gomez, as you recommended. Apologies again for the misunderstanding. I trust there are no hard feelings. I happily anticipate working with you again in the future. I suppose... Once again, your department's figures cannot be reconciled with the master accounts. I don't know how they tied up a column at Dubovka, but such persistent inaccuracy will not fly here. And Kanaka, please bring the ledgers to my office. Esteban wishes to examine them. Okay, So, Pilar says account and looked it up. Pilar says they aren't reconcilable. And says I'll come by this afternoon, and then Tam dismissed the errant clerk. No, it doesn't. My best. So the thing with that is that as long as it is not looking at you, you're okay. It doesn't have the back or side view anymore, it just has the bigger front view, so... Knock you out. Like that. Okay. Thought that was a vice for a second. I was gonna be like, why the fuck do they have a vice there? Right. Anyway, through here is that. What? Fuck. Oh, I should have taken him out. Right. I want to check an achievement quickly. I don't want to open my friends list, Steam. I never want to open my friends list. I want to read the description of this achievement that I'm sort of trying for, but also not really. Everyone unharmed and asleep. Okay. I've not got that achievement, no doubt, but oh well. The important thing is that everybody's now been knocked out, which enables me to I hate it. Right. Where are you hanging out? Oh, I could just sneak up that way. That I could do. Okay. Okay.
Does the void really look like that?
I wasn't even looking at it, to be QH. Ah, piss, right. Okay. Enter security code. Enter security office. B115D. Q. Capitals. I like this important do not forget. Flowers, hyacinth, allergy, audiograph, onion. Okay.
This is what I needed.
Okay. Galvani. I'm gonna go for the obsessive safecracker. Right. Okay. What? George is 379. Me too. I also hate Kieran bloody Jindosh. Right. Time to look this up. Death. Safes. Here we go. Safe combinations. Maybe this will work, maybe it won't. Okay. Right. Apparently in the archives there's his memoir, which is... Okay. So, for Christopher George, we've got 3... 7... 9. Besides the search branches at the behest of Lucia Pastor, she came to my office with concerns about the alarming number of legal foreclosures made by Michael's bank recently, and asked me to investigate. I never suspected that a simple quest to uncover bank fraud would put me on the trail of a cold-blooded murderer. I interviewed Teresa Cienfuegos today about Michael's bank's foreclosure on family pharmacy. She provided my first major clue. Her father's account books contain puzzling entries for syringes, blood transfusion equipment, and a large amount of his homemade poppy tincture sedative. Shipments of these items were sent to the Spectre Club without her knowledge, and guess who was receiving them? Administrator Ivan Jacobi. What could he need with quantities of blood transfusion items? This matter bears further investigation. I stopped by the Spectre Club this evening to interview some of the elite patrons. Most were too drunk to give me any useful information, but one Ned Tamron laughingly described it as sanguine infusion, house specialty. Its chief ingredient is rumored to be human blood. Suddenly the pieces all fit together. Cienfuegos' bloodless corpse, the transfusion equipment, Jacobi's patronage of the Spectre. I know who's behind the recent exsanguination murders. There must be evidence that ties him directly to Cienfuegos' death. If only I could find it. I have to keep investigating until I do. I can't rest until I expose Jacobi for the monster he is. Okay. It's just a... Okay. Right, sorry, I'm trying to think. Nine. I'm trying to like crack this mentally, but it's not working. Okay, contracts. Here's the one we're after. At some point I fucked that one up. Oh well. Three, one. Five. That's something. We've definitely missed. Sorry, I've. Right. That's what we're after. I'm not sure what rewiring it did. Just means it doesn't hurt me anymore. Okay. Cool, I'll take that. It does, however, make it nonetheless incredibly loud. What? Made a mistake. That's what I made. I mean, in my life, I have made many mistakes. This is just one of them, but it definitely was a mistake. Sorry, I've got a candle going and I'm trying to make sure it burns all the way evenly across the top. Right. Where's the... Where's the other one to get alarmed? Over here. Right. think I made a mistake, boys. 28th day of the month of high cold, support day of my life. After high table, when we professors retired to our common room, between tastings of wine and Morlaix and cheeses, we discussed our work. I'd recently returned to the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a lecturer, speaking on the various bloodborne diseases transmitted by fauna. It was well into the evening that Anton Sokolov himself appeared. He preferred to dine alone, so I had not yet encountered him during my residence. Man was followed by Stinker Brandy as he often was, but when he spotted me, he swept his arms wide and ballad. Galvani, come here, come here. The great man himself beckoned me to join him. Though dishevelled by drink, he had not yet shared the embroidered gown of his high officer's academy's head, the gold needlework limit depicting celestial patterns as the night sky. I was enchanted. He poured me a glass of Tivian red and thrust it into my hands. What followed was undoubtedly the most stimulating conversation of my life. Okay. Had a thought. Right. No, open. Okay. Anyway, so the most important day in his life is 28th month of high cold. You are still unaware that anything's going on. There we go. That's better. Still you feel slow. Read that one about him being arrested for murder.
New clients will receive unlimited drafts on their primary Michael's account and a set of Sevilla cooking knives. Join today.
Gotta love some cooking knives. Are you through there? Right. Need to. Whoops! I went to go look for my phone and instead picked up a notebook that I don't use very often. Good at things. So 28th month of high cold. Did he say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20. $28, 7, or possibly 728. We'll try both. Nice. Court Bertie, as we came to call him, on one of those ill-fated expeditions to Pandosia, which he and I and a few others attempt from time to time, to follow in the footsteps of the great Sokolov. The birds assemble in great flocks and nest in cliffsides. He had flown too close to our ship, and so when the snailers snared him with a well-thrown net, we managed to cage him. He was the first of his species to reach Crystolian shores. He caused quite a stir in the public imagination when I first displayed him. I did a circular public lectures on Petitian Faulkner, and each theatre was packed with people hopeful for a glimpse of a little bird. I heard from some friends that Bertie even featured in some children's literature with fanciful illustrations. After a time, Bertie grew quite tame. He would even accept grapes from my hand. Sadly, he died after just a few short years, but he inspired a passion for Petitian collecting taxidermy. I had him stuffed, and occasionally I charged a small fee to allow viewers to see him. He will always hold a place in my heart. Bub. Okay, well, I shan't steal your bird then.
Starting a commercial venture? Michaels and Associates can help.
Right. Here we go. Anything interesting back here? Almost definitely not. Oh well. Okay. We're at floor 1. Save. Because doing that is so like me. It's probably easier to teleport up actually rather than trying to make all the jumps. Your feet are slide from the tabletop. Everybody's going to the party. Good time. Clicked out of the game again. Right, I'm gonna F5. Desperately hope I haven't woken anyone up. Right. What's that? Okay. What was it for the security office? B15D.
Hey, wake up. I need you to let me in.
Outsider's eyes. If Pena caught me sleeping on the job, he'd make me on the shop floor. May I have the code, please?
It's B15D. Now let me in.
Okay. Come on in. And I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Chief Pena about my potential lapse.
Okay. That's what I wanted. So where I am now is up here.
There's freedom being hated. There's license
Which one strangers?
Someone is listening too well.
I would have preferred to dewire that completely, but hey, what can you do? Look for stuff that we can nick. As is my #1 imperative in life. a lot of fancy shit in here. Search around here then. Wrong thing. Did I make a mistake? Dewiring the floor, possibly.
Makes the best mulberry cake. Absolutely brings me a piece.
It's everywhere. I clicked out of the game again, which I didn't mean to do. I feel like it was not this loud before. Fuck. I really thought we were gonna get it that time. Resetting to the beginning of the guide. Okay. 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 What I was doing just then was looking up a guide for mine own self.
If they didn't forget the codes, we wouldn't have a problem.
Stop clicking out of the game, me. Apparently can displace into there, but I'm not sure how. Right. I see. I see, I see, I see. I see. I see. Nice. Thank you only to the guide that taught me how to do that. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do it. Okay. What's over here? Sandra Painter, Chief of Security. Need some of this stuff though. We can keep wandering this away. The Vault Control Center. Hi. Knock you out? It's going to tell me.
Why is the vault moving? What's going on?
Everything is fine. Just testing the mechanism.
That wasn't scheduled. Nobody tells me anything. All right.
Thanks. I mean, you're right, it wasn't scheduled, but... Okay. Now what? Ah. Now this. Okay. Right, I really do want to try and get into here though. Oh, I see. I think.
Show the new guard around later. I'll bet she...
Requesting entry to the security office. Code B15D.
Good, thanks. Now, to work out how to get in there. Oh, I'm stupid.
Everyone gives me a hard time about the cook. I don't make the rules.
The reason I fucked up that contract, by the way, is because you need to do it without letting anyone know that you're here, including by knocking them out, which is annoying. But, hey. Something to practice on my own time, I guess.
Dolores Michaels, you're needed in the inner atrium. Code M22Q.
I'm not sure what that actually did, if anything, but...
steal all your secrets, Dolores.
Fuck, wrong button. I meant to not cry as soon as I dropped down. Just to scare her. More like for the psychological warfare than for anything else. Like...
I'm here to steal all your secrets, Dolores.
What?
All that security and I still got to you, Dolores.
Result a little problem. Pharmacist has gone whale troublous no more. Unfortunately, he left behind a bloody mess. The document he stole from you is still missing. I ransacked his home and his shop, but I found nothing. I even went to his dreary little artist garret, but the documents weren't buried in that jumble either. Rumour at the Spectre says Hugo sent an archive to someone at the Royal Conservatory. Would you bet that the archive contains your documents? I'll leave the task of retrieving it in your capable hands. What if I'm gonna leave her here. Because, like, TBH, to be honest, in my opinion, the, don't summon direct markers with the PA system without an authorization code. You know she's a stickler for proper protocol. If you can't remember the codes, find me. I carry the code list with me for safekeeping. Call Michaels out the cold and I'll dismiss you so fast your head will spin like a crystal weather vane. Got it? I like that. Okay. I hate that there are sometimes just like heads just like floating around, as it were. Right. I'm going to investigate here. Right, I'm gonna click out of the game again. Now, there's a bone charm there and a bone charm here. How do I get that one? Let's go away to open June Josh's private safe in the vault. I concentrated on opening only his box, number 1, but that approach was misguided. Nowhere near clever enough for the Grand Inventor's diabolical intellect. If my suspicions are correct, entering the correct 15-digit code into each safe will open all the security boxes at once, including June Josh's. Then you may empty it for use by other clients. Please come by my workroom so I can show you my progress with the code. Miss Campos move you to the top floor by the lobby. Okay. That's something we're going to do on our way out, I guess. Right. This is so weird. Okay. Now, how do...
I hate these things. Why are they smiling?
God only knows. Sorry, I'm looking up a thing. Right.
Dolores Michaels likes to keep all her secrets where she can see them.
Okay. Another day of finding these wealthy fools taking their treasures. I wonder how they feel if they knew the sham little family heirlooms that interest me. No, I seek a far greater prize, a jewel of immeasurable worth. Immortality. From the moment I first learned of the cult's great secret, I knew I must have it. Everything I once valued, wealth, power, influence, it all faded to insignificance. What material possession can compare to eternal life? And if having it means I must live in some filthy mind worshipping black stones with gullible fools, then so be it. A small price to pay for such rich reward. To stare down the unblinking eye of time itself, to laugh down the centuries as the wealth of the isles falls to dust around me. That is the only treasure worth having. Before I can seize my immortality, I must deal with the mess you Hugos created. Outsider, take that traitor. The cult can never know that you stole the documents they entrusted to me. If information about their secret void entrance fell into the wrong hands, it would destroy everything. My plans would be ruined. No, I won't let that happen. Those reckless sisters have closed off the Royal Conservatory, but that's a minor obstacle. As I know well, there's always a way past the most secure defences. I just need to think of it. Note the dedication's not gone unnoticed. We've conferred and agreed that you'll be among the next selected to join us in our seclusion and communion. It would be wise to begin whatever preparations are necessary to divest yourself of your attachments in Kanaka. The possessions and connections you have in this life will not be permitted here. We will contact you again in due course. Enclosed with this letter are several documents. I entrust them to your care. Study them with devotion and protect them with your
I have
life.
the vault key. What else is she hiding? They know a way into the void. Cienfuegos sent Isla's documents to the Royal Conservatory. I need to find out what he knew. The conservatory is my next step.
Right.
What is that thing? It looks familiar, but I've never seen anything like it.
Well, that, my dear, is a two-pronged. I wonder if that's the knife. That looks eldritch. This is where a priest of the...
More hopeless art.
Ah! Cool, neat, and cool. Right. Anything interesting here? Be the Everman condemns. Okay, I've read that. Nothing here. Right. Got this. I'm so scared.
Two locks. This has to be the one.
Right. Oh, 1 2 3. E. 5. 8 1 3. Okay. Back to Google. It's a Fibonacci sequence, I guess. Thanks, Google. You always got my back. Um, 2134. So 2, 3, 4. 89 plus 55 is 1. Oh, scary. My basic ability to do maths. Uncomplicated grace to my machines, which few in the arts appreciate. Not to say they're simple. My clockwork soldiers are not simple, oh no. The complexity is beyond the comprehension of the patrons who purchase them for the salons, well beyond that of the Duke and his Grand Guard, and beyond these small-minded imbeciles at the Academy of Natural Philosophy. I'm rightly praised for the intricacy of their design. But at once I recognise that they are infinitely more simple than schemers who sing praises from one side of their mouth while muttering curses from the other. No, I can never oblige duplicity. Barring sabotage from my clockwork soldiers, no friend from foe will never confuse the two. Until one of my clone clients, having purchased my clockwork soldiers, tried to turn against me once they have the power of my greatest creation at their disposal, they will swiftly learn that true integrity is. All of my clockwork soldiers will respond to the spoken code GIN 46901FF and realign their allegiance with the speaker. I alone know the sequence and it will be locked away for all time. My machines will never be used against me. That is their inestimable beauty. Except for the fact that I now know the code. Which is nice. My dear Corvid, I've been watching you for a long time. When you fight, when you sleep, when you bathe, and now you've lost it all. Who are you? What is this cold and shadowy place? Have I penetrated the stranger's void? There are forces in this world, forces some men call magic. Now you can bend them to your will. I am the stranger, and this is my mark. Ah, Bones, what is this supernatural gift? Oh, but I have many more gifts to give. What will you do with them, I wonder? Oh, pale skin, what piercing gaze. You look more youthful than the legends say. Let me show you which legends are true. I'm glad that other people are into it. Done up one of the bedchambers with velvet and candles. If she brought on a lamp, it would have looked shabby, but the candles made it eerie. Suppose that was the point. One of her servants must have been set up an audiograph to play music behind a curtain too, because I could hear muffled strings all evening. We sat around a table and held hands and chatted over the little bit of whalebone she'd found. Felt stupid, really. I was hoping for more. Some thunder, or a witch to appear and dance on the table for us. I don't know. But I sensed a presence, some restless energy. It's hard to describe. Something was reaching out to me. Maybe it was Mother, but it was upset, angry almost. Felt like the town got tangled in weeds at the bottom of the estate district ponds, and Father had to jump in to save me. I didn't tell anyone. I know it was just a silly game. But if we can capture voices in audiograph machines or light where there's no silvergrass, then why can't we capture spirits in some kind of machine too? I should talk to Anton. Within a moment when people stopped calling Emily Colton the Child Empress, came after an ambush by the Regenters, an extremist group who wanted to return Dunwall to the authoritarian areas under the Lord Regent's time. On the way back to Dunwall Tower, Colton's carriage was blocked between two gates, with their attackers firing pistols and even throwing a grenade. With the Royal Protector too far away to be of any service, the young Empress, only 14, found herself all alone in the carriage save for her friend Alexei Mayhew. Colton's supporters were lucky that Mayhew was there, as she was brave enough to grab a grenade that landed at her feet, throwing back at the assailants and saving the Empress. When one of the men dropped down from the forward gate, it was Emily Colton who yanked free a short railway brace and beat the man sentenced with it. With the city watch closing in and the two girls held their ground against the debris of the carriage until the situation was secure. It is said that Emily Colton refused to have the Regenters executed for their crimes, and this is held by many as the first adult decision as Empress. Cited for heroic actions, Alexei Mayhew was commissioned by the city watch when she turned 18, and was later made captain by Emily Colton herself. And then killed later on by, Delilah. Spirits vanished and avoid upon their demise. Why then are the wandering ones from folktales and legends always unhappy? Where are the tranquil and benevolent spirits? Do they not linger in the void like the darker counterparts? I think not. Those who lead virtuous lives receive the gift of oblivion upon the passing. They dissolve into the void like mist, casting off the worrisome shackles of mortal identity to become one with foundational materials. Wicked spirits, however, are a cruel fate. Their punishment is to wander the void to eternity, unable to return to this world and contact loved ones. They retain only memory enough to suffer. Imagine their pain, drifting through empty expanses alone for centuries. No sensation, no solace, no redemption. An unmoored spirit, gasping with regret in a sea of nothingness forever. That's my goal. That's what I want to be. Right.
You and I were both abandoned to uncertain futures on dangerous streets and taken in by murderers. Dad spared your life all those years ago, but I I was taught a lesson that you still haven't learned. Someone stay with you, even in the void.
Give it to me. I don't have time for this.
I love
Time
Billy.
repeats the same unending patterns. 4,000 years ago, this knife cut my name away. Forgotten forever. You know what it's like to lose one name and live with another. We are all made by the things that are taken from us.
I've seen the people you've twisted with your poisonous magic. You know what I want. You know I'm coming for you.
I know more than most. I know that time is bleeding into itself around you. I know that you have felt it, and you are searching for the places where the world has broken against the void. I know that doubt is dead where you left him on your ruined ship, and you will carry that knife with you to face me at the black center of all things.
Why are you doing this? Why are you talking to me now?
I'm here because you are different. The void has found you through the cracks in your broken life. And when you cut me out of it, what will remain? What will you leave behind when you walk away?
What does the outsider want from me? Doubt. Is he really gone? I have the knife. I need to get back to the dreadful wheel.
Funky. Okay. Hold thing in order to charge your thing with void energy, then release the enemies to stash them from a distance. It will yeet, is what it will do. Okay. There's a way. Oh, and it uses energy. Right. Let's get out of here. Okay. We're going to do a thing. A thing is what we're going to do and get an achievement from it. Okay, so we move this down to, whoops, no. Didn't want to move it to archives.
The best things in life are expensive.
We wanted to move it to secured. Yes. Right. Want to move it there. Then get up here. But there is also a this.
They carved my mark into the old bones bleached by the sun. They carved my mark into their skin. They learned true hunger from the void.
Right. Ow! How rude. Ow! I was just working out how to get across from there as well. Ugh. I did something weird when I was sleeping and now I've got the pains. The pains! May also just be from the fact that my dinner was very greasy. Right. I clicked out of the game again. Ow. Okay, how am I supposed to get around that? I have to get to the other side. I bet we can dislocate, not dislocate, whatever it's called. Ow. Here we go. F5. Clicked out of the game again. Ow, right. That's not the way to go. I appreciate that they have the arc thingy up there. It's pretty smart, all things considered. So I'm still waiting for my candle to finish burning. Right. There we go. Right. Compliment the board's wisdom in purchasing my exclusive invention, the suspended vault. My servants will assist your workers with the installation of the vault, as its complexity no doubt surpasses their limited mechanical experience. The bank will be responsible for maintaining its perfection in the future. If someone is foolish enough to disengage all 4 brake couplings at once, the vault will plummet down the shaft to its destruction. To avoid such a disaster, remove the coupling lever and stow it somewhere safe from all idiots. Barring major catastrophes, my vault will function seamlessly for centuries.
I could get that vault moving with a little maintenance.
Yes, we could.
I need something to pull back these brakes.
Okay. Oh, I'm stupid. There we go. Hang on. Oh, I've confused myself now. Right. The thing that I look straight over like an idiot. Listen, I'm not smart or good at video games or really anything else.
That'll do it. Didn't think anyone would steal the whole vault, did you? Brace yourself.
Well, that was a fun little achievement. Okay. How the ever-loving shit do I get out of here? Okay. I'm not sure how, but somehow I managed to glitch into the vault. Well, standing on top of it was not the way to go. I guess we've got to hop off pretty much as quickly as possible. We've got the achievement now, I just need to not die. I have accidentally hit close the program rather than wait. I get that this game is like this sometimes.
I'm still in one piece, but the vault isn't.
Well, that's just how it be sometimes. Sorry, I had to click back into the game. Whoops. No. How are you meant to get into it then? That.
Brought you down to my level, didn't I? Now you're mine.
Cool. Well, it's alright that it's slowly flooding because we pretty much emptied it out. Okay. Now... What? Oh, I guess it was the landing. That's what happened. Right. Let's get out of here. I've been listening to a lot of there's a singer on YouTube called Robin Adele Anderson. I've been listening to a lot of her music recently. And I've got her version of I don't know what it's called. Lose Yourself, that's it.
This place will be a mess when they find out what I've done.
Oh well.
But until then, nothing but quiet.
Like, legit, that's my reaction. Someone else can deal with it. Okay. That's better. Right. And out we hop. We fucked up and didn't quite get all the contracts as I was intending to do, but that's fine. Pardon me. We didn't get all the contracts, but we got 2 of them, and that's good enough. At some point I'm going to do a playthrough of this, which is a lot more bloody. Could have just done this the whole time. That's so annoying. Right. To get to the scare. Jeez. Fine. I'll do this instead. Leads away. There, see, it's fine. Okay. Look at that. In and out like the proverbial motherfucking thief. Now. Okay. Slide that. Pick up these coins, eat that stuff. Head down. Unless I am very much mistaken. This is where the shop is. Bearing in mind there's a very good chance that I am very much mistaken. And I was. You saw nothing, don't worry about it. Whoops. Do this again. Please shut up. There's something I'm looking for, and I am not finding it. Right. Nothing, don't worry about it. Okay. Head to the alley where the black market is located to find a sealed door under the stairs. Well,
It's always a pleasure to serve you.
basically, we can break in here and steal stuff from her, but we don't want to because we've... I sort of want some more rewire tools, but let's focus on upgrading gear first.
Someone
I'm
looks
worried about
armed
that.
and dangerous.
With those. We want this.
I'm certain you'll be satisfied with your
We want
purchase.
this.
I took over the shop recently. The previous owner had an accident.
I'll get these
An
two.
excellent choice.
There we go. Right.
Please try this again.
Don't worry, I will. Let's get out of here.
Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks.
Right. Here we go. So empty. Seems like a job is alright. Let's get out of here. Okay. You were almost entirely stealthy. We're missing 2 bone charms and 1 painting. That's okay. Brass witches. Fucked that one up. What do we get the art connoisseur? Stole. Stated them. Saw the painting and received the gemstone from Dolores Michaels' bank. Basically, we fucking gutted Dolores Michaels' bank, including ruined her vault, and left her knocked down her own elevator. So. Let's load. Keep loading. Keep loading. Keep making terrible jokes. Aletios Yogos, like member of the Isles, saw important documents about how to enter the void and sent them to the Royal Conservatory. Make your way inside and look for the stolen archive. You got it.
I watched the fires burn all night. Smoke blocking out the stars. Water hissing as the hull of my old ship blackened around his body. Dowd. Gone at last. How many tried to kill you and came no closer than I did all those years ago? How much coin was on your head, old man? Now no one but the Void can collect. For years, I imagined the outsider offering me his mark. Instead, he's given me the knife that made him. A weapon that can surely unmake him as well. I can't begin to understand his motives, but I know what Dowd wanted. And if he's got to wander the void forever, maybe I can give him some measure of peace by ending this. As the dreadful whale burned to cinders, did the outsider laugh or just watch? Same as me. It's as fine a pyre as I could make. Farewell, Dowd. I'll finish what you started.
God, I love Billy so much.
I had that ship for years, and it burned away in hours. Dowd is dead, and Megan Foster died with him. One of the Eyeless, a painter and pharmacist, stole information about how to enter the void. His name was Cienfuegos, and he was obsessed, just like the rest of them.
Well, aren't we all
But
really?
he went too far. Before the Eyeless killed him, he sent what he'd stolen to the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
No longer
Maybe she
Brianna.
could have helped him. He never found that out. The curator is gone, but whatever Cienfuegos sent her is still there. The Abbey of the Everyman has taken over. They've sent overseers and oracular sisters to search the place for heresy.
There sure was a lot of
I need
heresy.
to find whatever's left at the pharmacist's archive before they tear the conservatory apart.
You've got it. Right. Okay, so we've
The
broken.
information I need could be in the archives down in the conservatory basement, or in the curator's office. It'll be full of Abbey zealots either way.
We've definitely broken into there before, so. Horrifying find of a bloodless body in the alley off of Gioconda Street has the Grand Guard on high alert. The victim was Eleuterio Cienfuegos, a respected pharmacist whose family business has been a part of the Upper Syria district community for 50 years. His body was exsanguinated at another location and dumped in the alley, the same method used in several other recent deaths. The guard has no comment on the apparent serial murders, leading some residents to question what they're hiding. It's another crown killer, that's what, claims local banker Madera Jimenez. Jimenez. The guard say don't panic, but why wouldn't we? We're all at risk. A reward is offered. Pharmacist, painter, and Upper Syria district resident Eleuterio Cienfuegos has spotlighted the Carambola gallery's latest showcase of Kanaka artists. Self-taught in a studio he maintains above his pharmacy, Cienfuegos shows an adept hand at colour, form, and hand technique. Yet the most intriguing thing about the show is the artist's subject. The most striking of his paintings are a series which Cienfuegos has titled Impressions of the Void. Rough landscapes of blackened stone are juxtaposed with dreamlike figures. They're drawn in long brushstrokes, at once angular and full of grace, and the viewer can't help but be absorbed by the scene. In an artist statement, Cienfuegos spoke about his unusual subject matter. The void is a constant presence in our lives, yet we know nothing about it. It remains a place of dreams and memories. In my work, I've tried to illuminate some small portion of this eternal mystery. Carambola Gallery is supported through a generous donation by Dolores Michaels, director of Michaels
Some
Deposit
minds
and
get
Loan.
fixed on one thing and never find a way out.
Okay, there's the...
Cienfuegos wanted to see the void. Well, maybe he's seen it now.
It's not depressing in the slightest. In an exceptional turn of events, the Abbey of the Everyman is deemed unnecessary to dispatch members of the Oracular Order to investigate the Royal Conservatory. Readers will remember the sudden closure of the Royal Conservatory last year, with the representatives citing an infestation of mites. This did not explain, however, the presence of the Grand Guard at all hours, nor the strange woman spotted in and around the building. As the Abbey sends its most secretive members to the site, we may only conclude that some event of great concern has occurred there. The Blind Sisters, as they are known, were seen early this morning entering the Royal Conservatory with a contingent of overseers. When approached for comment, the Sisters of the Oracular Order did not respond, and your humble journalist was forcibly encouraged to leave the area. Large bonfires have since been kindled in the streets, and it is believed that portions of the Royal Conservatory's once impressive collection have already been burned. In the interest of safety, Syria Gardens District has been placed under lockdown on the authority of the Abbey of the Everyman, and residents are reminded to comply with all overseers'
Even the
orders.
Oracular Order is here. That's strange. They almost never leave their chapels.
I'm intrigued by the Oracular Order. Oh, I'm dropping frames again.
Months ago, the conservatory closed with barely a warning. The Abbey is only just finding out what black magic was being practiced inside. Only the outsider knows how long the Eyeless have kept their hideout a secret. I'll find out where it is.
For years, we planned jobs just like the bank. Watching houses from rooftops, stealing keys, bribing servants, sharpening our blades as we waited for the right moment. You were proud of what we could do. I knew that much. I never told you about my time in Karnaka. How I came to Dunwall. How the outsider marked me. And made me the man I was. As I look out on the water for the last time, I know none of that matters. Who I thought I was will end with me. All that will be left of me is your memories. You were the best I ever taught. Your betrayal was expected. for the lives we led then. You had no choice but to turn against me. But now, I find myself counting on you again. You have what you need. You will find out what to do. It's time, Billy. Kill the outsider. Remove this terrible power from the world. For everything we did. And everything it did to us. I could have died 100 bloody ways. But in the end, here I am. On your ship. Sipping your last good whiskey. That's not so bad. Thank you, Billy. And farewell.
Man, that's depressing. God, that makes me sad. I'm sorry that I dropped frames throughout the entirety of that. That makes me real fucking sad. Just saying. No more liquor, no more listening to Dad muttering in his sleep. I held the rat charm, hoping to see Deirdre's face again, but now I hope last night was the last time. When she came to me, she smiled, and I knew she had something to share. First, she kissed my lifeless eye, then she held up what she'd been hiding behind her back. It was Dad's hand, cut off at the wrist and all carved up with the old outsider's mark. I watched as she bent her head and kissed its sculpted flesh, too, all the while whispering that language I only heard in the void. Then she dropped the dead hand, and it sank into the black and disappeared. Did the outsider show me this? Is he using Deirdre's face, her hands, her hair? Things I'd never share, things I keep close to my heart? If that's true, I don't know why, and I don't know what it means for the old man. I don't think he's found any rest, even now.
I'll finish what you started, Dowd.
From the wound in his palm. Soon blood welled in his eyes and rolled down his face in long-stained tears. His white rat lay curled in his marked hand, protected by the boy's strange magic. He staggered through the streets of Dunwall. The world recoiled at the sight, fearful of the plague that gripped his body. There was only one place left for him. Soon he found the shrine that had brought him these powers. It lay inert, even as the boy fell to his knees before it. He had hoped to see the outsider again, but the young man did not appear. The boy looked up from the gutter and felt the void reach out for him. The ones who hurt him were dead. He smiled for this, for the only one who'd take pity on him in his short years. He lay down on the cold stones before the shrine. Thank you, a pained whisper to the night air. He lived his final days unafraid. Life led the boy and his smile slackened into a dull stare. His little white rat slipped from his hand and lapped the blood from his cheek. Sleeping in abandoned houses and sharing beds with rats, nice, brings back bad memories. That's for sure. I keep the rat charm near when I try to rest now. I hold it in my living hand. But she only came once. She only came last night. She smiled that teasing smile that wrinkled her nose, that smile that always told me she had a secret to share. When she leaned to whisper in my mirror again, I held my breath to hear, and I heard it this time, clear and sweet. She said my name. Billy Lurk, soft on her tongue, just like it always was. My old self. My new self, too. I woke up with a start, aching all over. Her charm of hair and bone clutched to my chest. I don't know what any of that meant. I don't know what she wants from me. But I know all I'll find in the void is more secrets. I guess that's where the paintings we nicked ended up. Well, let's get over to the black market, shall we?
Fine day's work, brother. We need only record the heretical texts we burned today, and our task is complete. Now, where's that ledger? Here, on the bench. But don't worry, I already noted all of the burned books. We should see if Sister Rosewood needs a hand, though. She discovered...
There's nothing I can save from that fire.
What now? Another...
Made a mistake. Please just pretend you didn't see that. It didn't happen. You may have thought that it happened, but it didn't happen. Reread everything. Yeah, right.
Fine day's work, brother. We need only record...
Fuck. Not again. Right. I'm not going to be stupid, or at least not super stupid. Okay. Contracts just yet. We've got the ability to craft bone charms. Okay. Okay. We've crafted that. Right. Now I want to do this. Equip this, that. Let's go back to crafting, see if there's any others that I want to use. Okay. Trying to think. Distance. There is one more that I want to make actually. I'm gonna sacrifice this one and oops. 2 traits. Can I guess I can't sacrifice. Okay, I can't sacrifice the black bone charms. That's fine. That's okay. These is red. Dowder's dead, and more that's left of him. Me and the knife, and I can't let go of. Dolores Michael's bank was a puzzle box of miserable secrets, and right at the centre was the reason for all. A woman taught to breaking, and the knife she tried to hide. The outsider handed me the knife to himself. He wants to know what I'm going to do with it. He'll find out soon enough. Why does the thing have 2 blades? Nothing ever gets stuck between them. None of this void shit ever makes any sense. Me too. I burned Down's body today. When I left the Whalers, the Wat Plague was still putting corpses in the streets. There wasn't anyone alive in those moments who didn't know grief. Even Dowd nearly lost himself to it then. But I can't lose myself. Not now. Not again. When Deirdre died, who I was and what I'd done died too. No one else saw me like she did. No one until I met Dowd and he gave me purpose again. But my time back with Dowd reopened that wound. All I can hope now is that I helped him in his final days, just like he helped me. At the bank, I learned more about the pharmacist, Jan Frugas. He was an nihilist and an artist too. He painted the void and was close to finding out how the cult leaders reached that place. He stole documents from Dolores Michaels and sent them to the Royal Conservatory. I need to find them so I can see what he saw. His paintings are quiet, if a painting can be quiet. Quiet, but unsettled. He wanted to know everything, uncover every secret. He was searching, just like me, and he was killed for it. The last time I was in Syria Gardens, the Royal Conservatory had become a nest with the same coven of witches I'd worked with in Dunwall years ago. The curator, Branna Ashworth, and a group of women were living there, performing odd rituals with bones and glass. Now the Abbey of the Everyman and the witch hunters have taken it over and are gutting the place all traces of black magic. If I'm lucky, the documents I need haven't been burned yet. When the outsider is gone and the overseers can't use them to prey on people's fears, I'll be there, laughing as the Abbey falls to pieces. I love that. It's... The Abbey, like...
We need only record the heretical texts we burned today, and our task is complete. Now, where's that ledger? Here, on the bench. But don't worry, I already noted all of the burned book. We should see if Sister Rosewood needs a hand, though. She discovered...
There's nothing I can save from that fire. It's all ashes. I need to check that ledger and see if what I want is still here.
I keep messing up that jump. Alright. I'm sorry that I'm dropping frames again. I think my net is it's just one of those days where my net has issues.
There's nothing I can save from that fire. It's all ashes.
Right.
I need to check that ledger and see if what I want is still here.
I tell you, I've seen enough take one mandrake root recipes to last a lifetime. No, this was different. Sister Rosewind saw the archive's hiding place in a vision. She seemed deeply disturbed by what was in it, from what Brother Diaz told me. He heard her whisper, "This could destroy the Abbey." What? Stop this talk. It is nearing blasphemy.
No one. No one's here.
Making select ruinous food.
I can only hope the outsider hasn't gotten to her first.
Okay. Have fun there, dude. Okay. Right. It's there, it's all. Okay. Here's what we can do. This may not work. If it doesn't, I will walk into the ocean. But if it does, I'm very lucky. The complete listing of heretical items have been submitted to thorough examination during the month of rain, 1852. Creator's office paper, silver grass, notes, letters. Note: the location of these documents was revealed to the Oracle Order in a vision. Archive has been confiscated by Sister Roswin. She will personally examine it for potential heretical properties and communicate findings directly to Roving Vice Overseer Cardoza. Heretical contraption, lenses, desecrated caskets, wires, devices. Note: will be dismantled and sent to the Abbey once the Sister's examination is complete. Burned or shipped to the Abbey. 42 crates of books of arcane recipes, heretical spells, studies, ritual instructions, and blasphemous stories have been burned. 70 crates of vials of unknown potions, salves, herbs, and roots have been shipped to the Abbey. 10 crates of human hair, animal, hopefully bones and body parts have been burned. 3 embroidered shawls have been burned. 1 altar, rip. 1 child's doll, wizened apple face stuck with pins, gross. 34 runes and amulets have been shipped to the Abbey. 7 notebooks and personal diaries have been shipped to the Abbey. 2 scrying racks have been burned. A crate of various devices for self-gratification have been burned. 3 sets of children's teeth and fingernails, grim, have been burned. 1 ash tree has been cut out at the root from the conservatory terrace and burned. And 4 crates of candles, incense, bells,
Sister
and assorted
Roswin is
ritual
keeping
items.
documents in the curator's office. I need to find them.
Okay, but first... need to get to the black market.
The streets are closed on Abbey orders.
Make all of that food, because why not, you know? When given the opportunity to, why not?
You made me jump. It's been a long time since anyone came in through that door.
Right, so we've got good reason to believe that Abbey is committing unspeakable crimes. If you're fond of them as I am, kill every last blind sister and overseer except for Brother Cardoza. Leave him in one of his musical chairs and I'll deal with him myself. Receive stipend. Sister Roswin keeps a detailed record of prophetic visions. Rumour has that she knows every secret in the Isles. Murder, treason, love affairs. Kind of information can turn me into a very powerful lady. I give all my bone charms to whoever manages to infiltrate the Royal Conservatory and steal that book. Man in my apartment last night because of the Abbey's rich quarantine. My hair's left behind a precious relic, but I doubt anyone has seized it, considering how well protected it is. I'm offering good coin to anyone who's clever enough to bypass the defences and live to tell a tale. Hi. Right.
Don't see many customers coming in from that district. It's all yours. Enjoy. Nice doing business with you.
That's what I'm here for. Okay.
Someone looks armed and dangerous.
Upgrades. Was there anything else I wanted? Optics. Yes, I do want enhanced optics. Nice more.
Conservatory visitors used to be my best customers. Such exotic items they asked for. Now it's all weapons and trinkets. Be careful out there.
Well, listen, I'm also a weapons and trinkets kind of guy, so... Right. What are the new bone charms that we've got? Can increase when your health is low. I'm not fussed about either of those, just getting them. So we've got a risky wager. Let's go for a risky wager. Kind of weird that apparently there's like such a struggle to Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, is that a bad thing? It's a question that depends on the asker, I suppose. Whether it's a bad thing or not, that... Right.
Men of metal faces and hands, yes. Watch for wet smell, watch for smell of fat and blood and burning.
Okay.
Piercing, bitter ink, dead thoughts, dead flesh, dry and cracked and withering, diet binding, making splat, wormless food.
Moving on. I appreciate that the overseers have died trying to get in. Like, no offense to overseers, but fuck you. Right. There wasn't even anything interesting over here, it was just teasing me with the fact that there was stuff. I know there's a bone charm nearby. That's what I'm after. There we go. Right. I'm gonna try something. Nice. Down. Nice. Right. Now that we've got that, we can get out of here. And start planning our way in, and it's alright because I already know how I'm breaking in because it's exactly how I did it last time. If I can. Nice. I have an apartment to break into and investigate too. Blind sisters, a truth there as function just towards yours mind. They will to become thine to distractions and frivolities. They will, if necessity bids them, walk amongst us, wearing richly hulled blindfolds, otherwise covering their eyes. In this way, they remain at all times ready to see things clearly. Decisions are made during closer gatherings. Though no others is permitted to observe, the process was described to me, so I render here with permission. A room is prepared with heavy incense and blessings from the strictures. In circles sit 30 more sisters of our order until the room is brimming. We will hear no topic, lest we each had... It's not how I would write it. We'll hear no topic unless we have each had adequate time to research. Several outcomes will be discussed, and some sisters are specifically tasked with advancing less popular or unlikely scenarios. It is not permitted to remain silent. Every voice must be heard. It may take some time to arrive at decision, and by then all are quite versed in the myriad consequences, and may have lengthy advice for all contingencies. When an opinion is written, it may be short as a sentence or fill 20 pages. Yet still, one last sister must approve it, the High Oracle herself. Chaos at Michael's Bank today as an intruder bypassed an opposing set of security precautions to collapse the elevator vault of Kanaka's premier valuable repository. Celebrated vault, one of the last remaining Kirin Josh wonders in the Isles, smashed through the floor of the bank's atrium to the sewers below. There's no word yet about injuries or deaths from the accident. Bank officials sought to allay fears as customers swarmed the bank demanding the valuables. A harried Carly Roberts, customer service director, issued the following statement. I can assure our customers that the despicable intruder who destroyed a vault will be brought to justice. Please be patient while we conduct an inventory to determine if any items were stolen or if this is merely a malicious act of vandalism and mayhem. The bank has engaged a private firm to investigate the crime. Lol. Lol, get good, lol. Right. Okay, well this is our black market apartment. Oops. Here we go. Right, the bone charm nearby. There it is. Right.
How did she manage to get through the vent system? I don't know, but I saw her crawl out of that open hatch in the courtyard. I believe there is now only one witch left alive in the cellar holding chamber. Our therapy has thinned their numbers. Have you searched this one's corpse? Not yet. Brother Cardozo will want to examine it personally. Her death will serve the Abbey better than her wicked life ever could. Very true, brother. We must send someone to inspect that vent. We don't want another desperate rat creeping through the pipes.
Place is kind of gross. Well, so you guys might want to like look out for that. No, I can't get past there. Right. So we've got anyone else floating around down here? Just you. Right.
A dead heretic. Always news.
Mostly I'm here, I just want to do that to unnerve them. Right. Nope. Definitely, absolutely nothing to worry about. There's a bone charm nearby. There it is.
By the strictures, isn't she the woman on the posters?
No. Fuck. Bollocks. I didn't think he'd be there to notice me. Nothing is amiss.
Who's there? Who's coming from here? Let's see.
Don't worry about it.
Hello? Anybody? Don't search the whole place. Hello? I don't have time for that.
Okay, right.
Someone there. Who is?
Never mind. Go around the other way. I don't want to get somewhere safe so that I can save and like go to next week. Just trying to work it out. It'll take me to.
Nobody there.
Next time.
Right, well, we're pretty safe squirreled away up here. So I am in fact going to use this as our endpoint of this slightly technical difficulty stream, for which I can only apologise. I have bad luck in general with many things. Please, for the love of God, play when I tell you to. Music. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I do hope that you enjoyed, and I do very much appreciate it. I will be streaming Destiny tomorrow. We will be doing lots of activities, including picking up the new quests that have come out with Tuesday's reset day. Then on Tuesday, speaking of which, it'll be Final Fantasy XIV, where we are going to be continuing through the story of 5.1 and on to 5.2. Then on, there may or may not be a stream on Wednesday. If there is, it'll probably either be Destiny or Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I desperately need to finish. Thursday we'll be continuing Higurashi When They Cry Meakashi, where we're going to continue down the path of revenge and possibly learn about the side effects of our having broken into the storehouse. And then next Saturday will be more Dishonored 2, where we continue fucking around in the observatory. So, take care everybody, have a wonderful evening, do look after yourselves and be excellent to each other, and I shall see you guys tomorrow.